It's the most talked about sport that Cal State Fullerton has. 4 national championships under their belt, multiple trips to Omaha, countless conference titles. They are coming off a disappointing postseason run where they came up short to the eventual College World Series champions, the UCLA Bruins. What will this season bring and what will be in store for Titan baseball? Let's find out on this special edition of Titan Sports Recap Baseball Close-Up. I'm Janice Garcia, and this is Titan Sports Recap Baseball Close-Up Show. Led by third-year head coach Rick Vanderhook, the Titans take the field more determined than ever this year as they look to make it back to the big dance for the first time in 4 years. It's been a very long 4 years for many Titan fans, but what does it take after a long offseason to get a team ready to compete, especially a Titan team that starts the year ranked number 1 in 3 of the 5 collegiate baseball polls, including USA Today Coaches Poll, the Collegiate Baseball, and the National Collegiate Baseball Writers Association Poll. Our very own Garza Sanga caught up with the Titan head coach to find out about the offseason and what to look forward to in the coming season.
Taking you back to the end of last season, how hard was it dealing with the loss in the Super Regionals?
Every loss isn't good, and you know, when it's the last game of the year, it ends your whole season and summer starts. And I mean, a game's a game. You can't take them too hard. You can't take them too easy.
During the summer, you guys had Phil Bickford was drafted in the 10th overall pick by the Toronto Blue Jays. Can you share the story when you found out that he was coming to Cal State Fullerton?
I was on my way home from the river.
Mm-hmm.
It was the last day to signing at 2 p.m. East Coast time. And we'd been at the river for 4 days, wakeboarding and sea-doos and just kind of getting away from anything athletic, at least the athletics that we do in my family. And I was just coming up to Palm Springs, and I have 2 teenage daughters that were on their cell phones on different Twitters. My son was on it, my wife was on it, so we had every Twitter covered, I think, in the country. And you know, John Manuel and other people, Aaron Fitt, started popping up, and Kendall Rogers, and he hadn't signed, and Aaron Fitt had called me, and I was on the phone talking to him while I was driving, and I had to put him on hold because Phil called me to tell me that he was coming to school.
And you've seen all these polls that either ranked you guys number 1, 2, or 4. What's your expectation for this team?
You know, as we're trying to talk to these guys about number 1, it's February, and it really doesn't matter. It means that a lot of people think that we're okay. They think our pitching's good. We have Davis and Chapman in the middle of the lineup, but 2 guys can't win a game on offense, and 3 guys can't win enough games on a weekend or on a full week to propel us to be the best team in the country.
How do you try to, you know, tell your 3-headed monster in the weekend rotation to, you know, try to keep them even keeled from not, you know, hearing the media buzz of fans and all that, which they have higher expectations of them than I take it you do? Yeah,
they do. I have really tried to stress for them not to try to repeat what they did. Just to go out like it's their 16th start and then their 17th start, and hopefully all the way through that, and just do what they do. Don't try to change and not give up runs or hits. And Thomas is going to walk somebody. He walked 2 guys last weekend. You know, Garza doesn't need to go up and throw 100 miles an hour. He just needs to go up and do what he does. And, you know, I think they're pretty grounded. They're pretty focused in what they do, and I hope they understand it. They're going to hit some more bumps in the road this year than they hit last year because they really didn't hit any last year. So, you know, they're going to have to deal with some adversity at some point, and hopefully they come back with it and do what they've done the whole time since they've been here.
Welcome back. I'm joined with one of our baseball reporters, Colin. Thanks for joining us, Colin.
Thank you for having me, Janice.
So this is Coach Vanderhook's 3rd year as the coach. What do you think he has established within these last 3 years for Titan baseball?
He's done a great job, Janice. You can't ask for more. What he's done with his team, the recruits that he has gotten, and the way that, maybe they haven't gotten all the way to Omaha, but they're on their way. And this year, I expect big things from Coach Vanderhook.
And now going into our key losses, I know Coach Vanderhook isn't really too happy about this, but Michael Lorenzen, offensive player and a right-handed pitcher with a 3-0 record, 19 saves, a 1.99 ERA last season, and also signing with the Cincinnati Reds.
The Reds.
And then also Chad Wallach, 32 RBIs, 309 batting average. Carlos Lopez with also a first baseman, 339 average, 34 RBIs. And lastly, but not least, Richie Pedroza, shortstop, who was named Big West Defensive Player of the Year. With losing these 4 players, how can the Titans adjust to the players that they have now with their rotation and everything?
The losses were big. I mean, you have your 3 big boppers, Wallach, Lorenzen, and Lopez, and then you have your table setter, Richie Pedroza. On top of that, you lose a catcher in Wallach, you lose your closer in Michael Lorenzen, and your center fielder. So a lot of guys, or a lot of things are going to be missing because of that. But I know that Coach Vanderhook has guys that he's going to input into the lineup, and our pitching staff is going to be what carries us this year.
It's no surprise that after every season the team loses key players. Last year's departures of Michael Lorenzen, Chad Wallach, Carlos Lopez, and Richie Pedroza, amongst others, left some big holes for the Titans to fill. But as some players leave, others are just beginning their Titan careers. This past offseason was no exception. Kelsey Fullerton was able to land the number 10th overall ranked draft class according to Baseball America. The group is led by infielders Timmy Richards, Taylor Bryant, and pitcher Ryan Coyote. The biggest news came from the Titans were able to land Phil Bickford, a 6'4", 200-pound right-handed pitcher who was drafted by the Toronto Blue Jays with the 10th overall pick in last June's amateur draft. Instead of heading north of the border, Bickford chose to bring his talent south, and Garza Pisanga caught up with him to get his thoughts and expectations about playing baseball for the Titans.
What's the biggest transition from high school to college?
The fact that you're just all on your own. At first, it's very overwhelming. Like I had an idea what to expect, but like I'll be the first to admit, and all the freshmen will admit too. Like it hits you hard, just like being on your own in college, like going on class on your own, like doing everything on your own. You have to like become self-reliant.
Like your last start in high school, I think you struck out 19 batters. What was that feeling like? Striking out 19. That's pretty impressive.
It was 18.
18. Sorry.
Yeah.
Apologies.
And wow, that was a long time ago. When it comes to pitching, like all I care about is getting a win for my team. I know I repeat that a lot, but it actually is the truth. I've gone back to it every now and then, just with how the tiring process of the fall, because this fall has been pretty brutal.
And then you were selected by the Blue Jays, 10th overall. What was that feeling like? Where were you when you found out you were selected?
I was actually in my living room with 3 really close friends in my family.
Were you watching the draft?
Yes. And what happened was my advisor called me and said, get ready, certain picks want you really bad. And then I was like, damn, is this gonna happen? And then when it happened, it was just like a surreal moment, and the whole place just erupted.
And then you didn't end up going to Toronto. Instead, you came here. Are there any regrets?
No.
Not?
Absolutely none. No regrets at all. For the first time in my life, I'm actually getting really, 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 really good coaching. I've kind of in the past, I've had mentors and people who've kind of wanted to be there for me. And they given me little tips and stuff, but they weren't really strict and stern about it. I mean, here they know what they're doing. It's Titan baseball, and it's fun just to learn all the mental side.
Favorite teammate on this team that cracks you up and then kind of pulls it back when the time needs to be?
And I would go with 2 teammates, to be honest. Grahamm Wiest and Thomas Eshelman have really helped me a lot. Graham's really into the mental side of the game, and he almost acts like a father figure. That's just another guy. He's really easy to talk to. He's just a good guy to talk to. He's really fun to have conversations with, and you can trust him.
What do you think of Wiest's beard?
His beard is so awesome. I'm jealous of it. I've gone up to him a couple of times and I'm like, hey Grahamm, I'm like trying to grow it out a little bit. He's like, no, that looks awful. Like with all the scruff and stuff, and like only certain guys can grow a beard. And I'm like, you know what, you're right. Like I can't. So like, but he can, and he rocks it. He definitely rocks it.
Have you felt it? Have you put your hand on it to feel it?
I actually have not. It's weird you said that, because now I kind of want to.
What's your expectations for the team?
I don't really like to get ahead of myself, but I feel like if we don't buy into all of the hype, this team could be pretty special. We just got to take it a game at a time.
All right, Colin, when you first heard the news about Bickford signing to Fullerton, what were your thoughts?
It was like finding a diamond in the rough for Cal State Fullerton. They found a pitcher that was drafted 10th overall, a guy who was going to be in the majors after a couple of years. Bickford has great stuff. I've seen the kid throw. Effortless is the best word for him. You know, he's hitting 93 very easily. I think what he can improve on is his off speed, his secondary stuff. That's what he can improve on. But other than that, he's the real deal.
And a lot of fans want to know this question: will he ever be a weekend rotation starter for the Titans at the end of the season, do you think?
You know, I think he can. I think that it's going to have to be the performance of Grahamm Wiest that puts him there, though. If Graham's not performing the way that he should be, then they're going to insert him, or Justin Garza, or Eshelman. I think Eshelman's going to be the ace, but maybe Garza or Grahamm, if they start to falter, then they'll put Bickford in there. If not, he could be the midweek starter and excel there, get experience, learn from the coaching staff, from the pitchers around him.
And alongside with Bickford, who do you think, or who's your favorite new addition to the Titan baseball team?
I really like Timmy Richards. I think that I've seen him play short, has a good glove, has good range, and also he has a good bat, a lot of speed. Really looking for Timmy Richards to make a huge impact on this team.
Right. And then now looking into our non-conference schedule, the Titans play Wichita, Baylor, Oregon. They just played USC on Tuesday night. UCLA, Washington. What team do you think is going to, breathing down the Titans' back with the bullseye?
Well, again, you have UCLA, all nationally ranked again, coming off of that College World Series. They're going to be the team that the Titans have to worry about. They had that series against Washington State. Washington State gave them a tough time. Oregon's going to give them a tough time. I see the Pac-12 teams. I look at them as one of the top conferences in college baseball next to the SEC. They're the real deal. The Pac-12 is, and those two teams will give them some trouble.
And the Titans defense having just errors all over the field. Yes, on Tuesday night against USC having 3 errors, a game against Washington 3 errors. What's going on? Like, are the Titans doing?
Well, I think that's something that'll come with experience. You have a lot of guys who are out there that are new. You put Timmy Richards, Tyler Steeb. A lot of these guys haven't been everyday guys, and some of them are freshmen or just starting to play for Cal State Fullerton. So it's that comfortability factor that they're gonna have to get with the team and with just playing defense, and that'll come.
And also, what are your projections for the rest of the season?
I like this team. I think their pitching overall. I believe that pitching wins championships, and that's what they have. That's their strong point. I know Coach Vanderhook, his staff, they're going to take them into the playoffs, and I think once they get there, when you have a good staff, anything can happen, and that's what I see from this Fullerton team this year.
That's great, Colin. The Titans may have lost last night, but let's take a quick look at the rest of the schedule for the Titans. Cal State Fullerton hosts San Francisco for a 3-game set at Goodwin Field over the weekend. Over that, Fullerton will hit the road for a grueling 7-game stretch, starting with a weekend set February 28th to March 2nd against former head coach George Horton and the Oregon Ducks. The Titans will welcome the rivals, the Long Beach State Dirtbags, in a non-conference series March 21st to the 23rd. Fullerton will also start conference action at home against UC Davis Friday, April 4th to Sunday, April 6th. The very next game, Cal State Fullerton will welcome in UCLA in a return match from last year's Super Regionals. 1 month later, the Titans will travel to Westwood to take on the Bruins May 6th. UCI will be on the last road test for the Titans in conference play May 16th through the 18th. Fullerton will also close the regular season out with 4 straight home games on May 20th against the Trojans before finally finishing up May 22nd to the 24th against Cal State Northridge. It's going to be a tough schedule, but the offense is going to have to pick it up, and our Andy Waller caught up with 2 of their offensive leaders, J.D. Davis and Matt Chapman. Let's take a look.
Done, right? Are you kidding me? A walk-off home run for Lopez. This win gives the Titans a share of the 2013 Big West Conference Championship.
Do you think now that you're starting out this year being ranked so high, how do you go about handling that in an appropriate manner?
Well, I mean, the past couple of years, I mean, we've always been ranked pretty high, but never number one. I mean, we were expecting it from last year of how much we did, or how much success we had from last year going the end of the year. So I mean, we knew that we were going to be ranked higher than we were in previous years, but just play our game. I think it is play the Titan way and just go about it.
Yeah, I agree with JD. I think whether we're ranked number 1 or we're ranked number 10 or wherever we're ranked, it doesn't matter. I think no matter who we play, they know they're playing Cal State Fullerton, and there's a good tradition here, and they know how we play the game. So we're going to get the best game from everybody no matter what. So I think it didn't change the way we prepared, but it just kind of puts that much more on it for some teams to beat us, and I think we just got to embrace it and just take it and run with it.
Are you guys finally happy that you don't have to face your pitchers anymore?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a relief. I mean, again, it's training again. I mean, you could say we're going up against the best guys in the nation, really. I mean, what they did and then what they accomplished last year, really, it's helping us as hitters and everything, and the way they can locate and the way they can overpower hitters. So it's helping us in the long run. So, I mean, we could always say we're getting ready against the best.
What do you guys hope to bring to this team now that it's your turn to step up and be leaders?
What I love being able to be a leader now and being an upperclassman, and you get to see all the freshmen go through all the same stuff you went through and how the game speeds up on them. It's just being able to help out the younger guys, and they also, and now that they're kind of buying into what we're doing, they're getting better every day and they're making us better. So I think the biggest thing for us is I want to bring to the team just being together no matter who's playing. If you're not playing, just everybody have the same goal and just keep working hard and know that when your turn comes, you're just going to help our team move forward. It's all about being a team.
So JD, if you could sum up your entire playing career here at Cal State Fullerton in one word, how would you describe it?
Hardship.
Yeah. Oh man, one word.
Interesting.
Interesting would be a good one. Just the ups and downs, really. I mean, you grow up here, you find yourself, you become more mature. There's more of a brotherhood here.
One word, dude.
Yeah.
I'm
just
you
explaining.
got one word for me?
Yeah. No, interesting.
Many
I'll go
words,
interesting.
How about, can I go 3 words? Dream come true?
Yeah, and who would you hope to be drafted by if you had a choice?
Oh, my number 1 would probably be the Dodgers. Dodgers, and then second would be the Boston Red Sox.
I would say the Angels, just because I've been an Angel fan for so long and hopefully stay local, but it doesn't really matter.
With Davis and Chapman being one of the main leaders on the team, how do you think they're going to take on that responsibility with the younger guys?
Well, they have experience. These guys have been here since their freshman year. They've played since their freshman year, so they're veterans. These guys are veterans. So I really think that they are gonna take this Titan team and take them to Omaha. That's what they want to do. That's their goal. And hey, they're the big boppers too. They're filling that role that Lorenzen and Lopez left. J.D. Davis has that power. Matt Chapman has that gap power. So they're going to be huge, not only offensively but defensively, with Chapman in the infield with the gun that he has.
And then going on the offense, they're batting in the middle of the lineup. How will that benefit the Titans? That's going to be a big step for them.
Well, that's huge. They have to be the guys the cleanup guys, the guys who bring in the runs. There's going to be other guys who who set the table for them, and they're going to be the guys who generate those runs, who bring them in. That's their role on the offense, and I think both of them are very capable of it.
While Bickford is expected to be an impressive addition to the Titan pitching staff, a staff that returns 3 top pitchers including Justin Garza and Thomas Eshelman, who are both nominated as Golden Spikes Award candidates, and Grahamm Wiest as a dominant number 3 starter, which on other teams he'd be number 1 or a number 2 starter. After having an impressive run last season, I had a chance to catch up with all 3 of them. How would you guys describe your 2013 season?
Well, I'd say it was both good and bad. I mean, good as I think all 3 of us got experience being weekend starters, and especially me and Thomas being freshmen. And, the team grew collectively, and I wouldn't say, I should take it back, it wasn't bad, because we got a lot more good things than we did bad, but obviously we didn't get to where we wanted to get. But it was mostly, I think, a good season more than bad.
Yeah, just like he said, I think it was a real good group of guys, and it was fun to participate and play with guys who you like to play with. So,
I think it was a good building block for me and Justin, just as far as getting ready for this season and knowing what we need to do in order to succeed, and what we need to do as far as this season to get better. So it was a good year.
And then as starters, can you tell us one of your favorite moments of last season?
Mine was probably the regional game against Arizona State. It was a kind of different environment. It started pretty late. That was probably the best game I ever pitched, even though I had a terrible bullpen before that. But that was probably one of the best moments of last year.
Yeah, probably starting the regional game. I got to pitch at night, which was nice, and it was fun to throw a complete game because I hadn't done that all year, so probably that regional.
I think being around these guys every day was pretty fun. Especially Grahamm. No, just being around these guys, it was a special group, and just being around Fullerton baseball for the first time, it was fun.
And individually, what have you guys been improving on from last season and then going on into this season?
Well, I know Thomas is probably improving on throwing less balls. No, I'm just kidding. For me, just trying to continue to get better every day. I mean, there's obviously some things that, like small ball kind of things that I can improve on, such as pickoffs and stuff like that. But just pounding the zone early and often, and just kind of keeping it simple.
Yeah, just trying to get like 1% better in a certain aspect every day. Hopefully at the end it'll accumulate to something great. So.
Just bringing my mentality that I had last year to a certain degree, and just doing it for the team basically, and do it for the club.
And how have the new guys been adjusting to the Titan baseball program?
I think as all freshmen, it takes a while to kind of get your feet wet and kind of know that it's a different type of feeling here at the D1 school. But I think they've done a good job. I mean, collectively as a group, they've done a really good job of kind of learning how we do stuff here. And I think us, we just try to lead by example, and hopefully that by the time the season kind of starts and kicks off and keeps going, that they'll kind of speed it up a little bit, I guess.
Have you guys given any advice to them yet? Just waiting until the actual season starts and.
Yeah, we help them along a little bit. I mean, they're good players. It's just the little things that you come here and you kind of refine. So those are the things that they're getting better at, and that comes with experience. So, halfway into the season, they'll be 10 times better than they were. And they're already good now. So.
Anything to add on that?
I think during the winter they kind of took a really big leap from the fall. They kind of bought into what we were saying, and they've done a really good job from then and to now. And I'm excited to see what they can do out in the field this season.
Hello and welcome back. Thank you for watching this episode of Titan Sports Recap Baseball Close-Up. I'm Janice Garcia along with Colin Yee. Colin, do you think Eshelman and Garza and Wiest, do you think they can duplicate their performances that they had last season?
I think they've gotten better. I think they've improved in the offseason. I think they're ready to have an even better season than they did last year. And Wiest, this is kind of his swan song. So he's gonna be pitching his best. Eshelman and Garza, they're both getting better. I think this is a solid staff, one of the best in the nation.
And I know Eshelman with only had 3 walks in 115.2 innings pitched, Garza with a 12-0 record, and also Wiest with a 9-3 record and 104.2 innings pitched. That's just amazing.
Yeah, he 8 innings up. I mean, that's and especially the Sunday starter, he's going up against some tough teams. I love what Wiest did, especially he was kind of not in the spotlight with Garza and Eshelman taking that as the 2 top freshman pitchers in the nation.
And they'll be ready for it. They're ready for anything
they are.
now.
They are.
And now let's look at the conference schedule. Along with all the preseason polls that the Titans had, they were projected also to win the Big West Conference as well. So what do you think about that?
They should. They should win the Big West Conference this year. You have a couple tough teams, San Luis Obispo, UCI, Long Beach, the old dirtbags. We have to worry about them as always. But I think we'll be able to win the Big West Conference with the pitching staff that we have and just the overall talent on our team and the coaching staff.
Yeah. All right, we wanted again to thank everyone for watching the Titan Sports Recap Baseball Close-Up Edition. I hope it was as informative as we thought it was, and we look forward for the remainder of the Titan baseball season. Along with Colin Yee, I'm Janice Garcia. Have a good night, everybody.